Hi folks, welcome back to some more Disco Elysium. We're going to continue with our investigation when I think we are now at a bit of an impasse, almost. A lot of the lines are coming to a close, lines of inquiry. I'm not quite sure where to go next. There's so many things we can't do, like exploring the whirling secret passages. I haven't found a way underneath our hotel yet, so that's something to try and work on. I might be missing something. I'm not looking for spoilers, by the way, but we've got to try and figure that out. The murder weapon's still to find. We've got to try and get Titus Hardy to give up Ruby's location. I'm not sure where to go on that yet. Determine where the shot came from. There's still some areas that we can't seem to fully explore. We'll probably figure some of that out today. And the only thing I think we can do at the moment is ask the scab leader outside the harbour about his tattoos, and that might lead us on to something else. So that's our best lead at the moment. So I guess that's what we're going to go and do now. So let's disappear over from the harbour and go and see what we can do. I think I'm dressed in mostly police gear here. I don't like the look of the outfit, I've got to say. But it's probably given us quite a bit of authority, which we may need to go and talk to a very big chap who's a mercenary as well. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to go and deal with him, to be quite honest. I think it might involve a bit of game saving. Go on. Who's this chap on the bench? He's the bowls player, isn't he?
Officer, care to play a game with a lonely old man?
Oh, he sounds unhappy, poor old Gaston.
Actually, never mind. It wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, where's René? The prick is gone, he replies, trying to smile. I can barely believe it, but he's really gone. So, you might call him a prick, but really, it's the guy's best friend. He's trying to retain his jolly facade, but the underlying sadness casts a deep shadow over his wrinkled face. Gone? Gone where? Gaston sighs and mumbles more to himself than you. Hell, most likely. He was an absolute... C something something T. I'll let you guys figure out what word that is if you can't see it on screen. Wait, hang on. He's dead? Was he really that bad? Do you know, this actually begs a good question. Shall I forget about this facade I have of being a mild-mannered guy who never swears on YouTube? Because really, I use all sorts of foul language in everyday life. The only reason I don't is, A, because you go overboard with it. It's not great for YouTube and monetization. And also, when I started this, I had two young girls who have since grown up a bit, but I didn't want them to ever see my videos and be sort of like disgusted at them. Well, now they're a bit older, that's not so big an issue. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on that if you're watching this in the chat. Would anyone not be able to watch my videos either because they'd be offended, or they'd be at work or somewhere, or have family around where they couldn't play them with bad language in? Let me know, it's a genuine question. Anyway, he turns to look at the crater. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old viper. The only people who could stand to be around him were Jeannie and me. He pauses. She saw something in him when we were just kids. And his voice trembles. And she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world could love him, then there must be something worth holding on to. How did he die exactly? His angry little heart finally gave out, he sighs. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he is. I think that's supposed to be tough. Tough or thorough, we don't know, but I'm going with tough. Wait, did he push himself to prove he can pull his weight and doesn't need hands out? Guess he was about to head home, because when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not the cockatoo uniform I saw him in all the time. This is starting to sound suspicious. Maybe he didn't actually die in the booth, especially if he wasn't supposed to be on shift. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Gaston smiles a sad smile. Now the joke's on him, because he's going to be buried without it. That means the uniform could still be in the guard booth, something to keep in mind if you really plan to give yourself to Revachol. Wait a minute. Do you think our conversation about his job pushed him to go out there? No, he replies quickly. René was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could say would ever push him to do anything. The man was completely immovable. Did you love him? We've hated each other our entire lives, so much in fact that he falls silent and looks at you, eyes filling up with tears. Yes, yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. He wiped his eye with a sleeve. You know what his last words to me were? Something forgettable, like see you tomorrow probably. In Gualame's time, you'd have been shot without a trial. That's what he said to me. The old man gathers himself and wipes his eyes again. He lived a twat, and he died a twat. Let's leave it at that. Again, thoughts on the use of language on YouTube videos, if you please. Anyway, I offer my sincere condolences. Yes, Lieutenant nods. We're both very sorry for your loss. It is what it is. Part of life, really, he mumbles, only half listening to you. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. He slowly shakes his head and remembers your presence. But you must need something? I want to go over a few more things about Renee, if that's okay. Yes, he looks up. What about Renee? Oh, I'm not saying that. Old people die, you better get ready too. I offer my sincere condolences. We're done. I want to come back and talk to him, but I need to go and look at the guard hut and get some evidence first. I think that's important. Okay, bye for now. I'm glad I stopped to talk to that guy. I thought this looked different to his usual situation down there with the bulls. Let me go and have a look at those bulls, actually. Is there anything I can... anything I can pick up here? Right, straight to the guard hut, because something doesn't ring true about this. He's an ex-military man. He was extremely proud of his military past and history, what he represented. He was always proud of his appearance, and yet he was found on duty in civilian clothes. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Straight to the guard booth. That is priority. I think the guard booth is through here. It's been that long I can't remember where I'm going there. And I wonder if old Everard knows anything about this as well. Is there anything in here? Let's just take a look. I don't think there's anything to see on here, but... File cabinet stands steady as ever. Sliding out a drawer presents you the folders you already went through. On top of them is a handwritten note. Taking a look at the note. Remember, Leo. Everard's shoes. Special whirling borscht. Everard's shoes. Water Everard's plants. Sweep office floor. More banners. Just have a look at the folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. 2 kinds of transactions. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside from Monday. Blah, blah, blah. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside. Anything interesting? No. You already got through them. Okay. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure there was nothing I'd missed previously. And what about this? The payphone hangs mutely on the wall. There isn't much to do here. Fine. Okay. I just want to make sure there's nothing that I failed any tests on or anything like that before. I know you can have a look in the map. And you can have a look. You can filter by tests that you've failed and take another look at them. So, this guard booth. Was it along here? Here it is. Lieutenant, we may have an investigation on our hands here. This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads René Arme Noir. René left his uniform neatly folded on the table. That's suspicious to me. Take it, it's just there. Who cares? It's not like anyone's going to need it. Generally speaking, it would be dishonourable to take it, but then it looks like a military uniform, and wearing that is very honourable, so a conflict of honour, it's up to you. It's evidence. I'm taking the uniform. A Royal Carabinier jacket and Royal Carabinier pants. We'll take a look at them. The idea was that I'm not just wearing it for the sake of wearing it, but this might be important in an investigation. Kim. I suppose René's not going to be needing it anymore. He stood his uniform. It's a bit too colourful for my taste, though. It's needed for work and all that. Fantastic. Try not to wear it with other similarly colourful clothes, okay? I guess it really isn't an investigation, then. I thought... Hang on a minute. Let's take a look at what we've got. What have we got? We've got +1 reaction speed... And I've got +1 to Revacholian nationhood. Now, I've got some funny brown trousers. +1 to Kingdom of Conscience. Guess it might affect how people respond to you who believe in that sort of stuff. I'm not really sure. Not sure what to make of that. I don't think our tasks have... No, it's not updated tasks, so maybe I was reading too much into that. I really did think there was going to be more to that story, though. I thought we were going to be on for another investigation there, which would have been kind of nice, actually. So it's back to our original lead. Actually, I'm going to ask this Manana guy, who's leaning on the stairs out here, if he knows anything about Renee's poor, ill-timed death.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
Nothing. Unless he knows anything about the Hardy Boys. Los Addies, he smiles. They're an independent militant group, a bit too high-strung, but it comes with a responsibility. They're sort of like you, preserve the rule of law and all that, except it's Everard's law. He takes a swig from his flask. But really, they're just like you. Is he actually comparing you, an officer of the law, to some neighbourhood vigilantes? Come on, he's just trying to keep the peace. There is only one law, friend, and that's me. Why not? Must be nice being someone else for a change. The rest of us are just folks. Yeah, he's got nothing new. We're going for a quick save here, by the way, because this could turn violent. Do I want a gun in my hand? Well, the lieutenant's got me back. I'm sure. I'm sure. We've got it saved. Let's see how this works out.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Okay, let's go with the. I think you may be able to help me decipher some tattoos. Don't think so, he grunts, barely glancing at it. Suddenly, this feels like a really, really bad idea. We're investigating a murder. These tattoos were on the victim's body. Give him the photo. Silence. He takes the photo. Grey eyes dart back and forth on the glossy surface. His face is unmoving. Hard as stone, but beneath it. After a while, he cranes his head side to side and sighs. I think loincloths really did him in. Loincloths? Yeah. Elaboration, please? He looks like more of a thug here than I've ever seen him. Maybe I've just not taken enough notice before. He's clenching his teeth. There is silent pressure behind them. Can you tell me what the tattoo means? What it means, he points to one tiny star in the web of lines away from the man's heart, almost on his stomach. In what must have been Semenine? I can tell you what this one means. Only one. He squints at it. It's so small. You want to hear what happened here? Yes. Our colonel... Okay, so that's him just sort of admitting to being a mercenary then. Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep in the bush. In Banaital 41, monsoon season. Funny, because when he died, he was deep in the bush. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He's on a reconnaissance mission. Thank you, Encyclopedia skill. Banaital is one of the inhabited islands of the Seminese archipelago near the Pale, covered in jungle. It was an anchor point for the Seminese nationalists in the proxy war held on the islanders' territory. Scab leader. He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kipped villages. Nothing but bugs and snakes for fun. Men are getting restless. There's talk of twitching... there's talk of switching employers. He licks his lips as if drunk suddenly. With some strange emotion, this is about to get really graphic. Last moment to back off. Let's get it. Don't interrupt him. Our boy. He's only a captain then, but he knows how these men think. If they don't see action soon, his voice gets strangely quiet. A long, long way from right to work, his gaze pierces the paper. At dawn, he comes upon two kips, breeding in the bushes by the river. Two kips must be the inhabitants, the natives there? I don't know. It must be some slang term. Probably some racist slang term, I would guess. Or maybe they weren't breeding. Maybe they were just making eyes at each other. I like to think they were breeding. We shot the boy. He was useless. But the girl, she was nice. A little fat, you know, but not too old. Say nothing. She was quite the entertainment. for the week she lasted, expired in the hands of Sarge Mason. The kind of guy who'd make chief there. He nods towards the man on the gates, shit his pants and cry like a bitch. Oh, right, okay. God, he suddenly burst out laughing. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off a cold body and ate them. Sad, primitive spirits were watching over him now. Suddenly the laughter stops. Drowned in a creek a week later. Spirits my ass. Something stirs in your stomach. There's a word on the tip of your tongue. Colourless, odourless. It's... You were there? It looks... It's evil? Let's go for it. Oh, you bet it was. I wasn't expecting that response. You were there? No, I was in the domain, in Jamrock, being a bouncer. You're not really a scab leader, are you? Effing mask is getting sweaty. I want to take my mask off, but he shrugs. I think he means he's had enough of playing this part. He's under orders, and orders are orders. What is evil? It's just nature. This guy, he points at the picture, he used to say evil is when nature and spirit meet in the wrong place. Can I have that back? Go ahead. He turns toward the gate slowly and yells, all right now. Free commerce. Keep the goods flowing. So he's gone back to his strike pose. We've asked the scab leader about the tattoos. I don't think we've learnt an awful lot. Unless there's some motive for one of these natives or island inhabitants that he's killed somehow to want this guy dead. Visual calculus. On the photo in your hands, the dead man's skin is studded with stars, tens, hundreds of them, littering his dead skin. Are you a mercenary hired by Wild Pines? Which he is. He's kind of admitted it. He called the guy his colonel. Free flow of commerce, the man yells and wipes his face. Sweat is dripping down his brow. Don't talk to him any longer. Leave, just leave. This is my instincts telling me to get the hell out of here. Say very quietly, is there a tribunal being convened by any chance? Scab leader. Scrubbing bug. He breathes out slowly, his giant chest deflating and his mouth slightly open. A punch is not imminent, but it's being cocked hard. I'm going to get hit here. I'm going to interpret that as a yes. There's a tribunal, and it won't be long until it's ready. How about you F off now, huh? Okay, of course, the lieutenant says, his voice a soothing calm. He looks at you. Okay, back off. The man's breathing steadies, but his eyes are still narrow. Slowly, he's trying to get his right to work dance back on. I'm just going to leave now. Do you know what? We found out a bit about the tattoos, a little bit. But that has not helped my situation in the slightest. We haven't determined where the shot came from, even from this bit. I haven't found a way to get out. I was all over the boardwalk, which is this area. I thought I was. And they're saying like a shot's come from there to there. Unless there's a way on top of this building to be able to shoot from the boardwalk to here. Because this is where the shot went through that window. It would have to be on top of this building. I don't think this counts as boardwalk. I can't move the map. And there's the island to get out to, but I don't know how to get out there. Unless it's through this thing. Let's go wandering back over there via the whirling in rags. Always curious as to what I may have just missed somewhere. Yeah, the game is... I mean, I did screw up the conversation with the stranger in the balcony room. I did properly mess that up by trying to push things too far and trying to be comical. Unless Titus Hardy has got something to say now.
Again. What is it?
Okay. Oh, I see. Right. I talked to Joyce. The merc you hanged. His friends are coming for you. Yeah. He doesn't seem worried. By friends, you mean his squad mates from Krenel? Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma. There's snickering in the room. Some of the men put their beers down. Half light. Which is... It's like a sixth sense instinct sort of thing. Although Inland Empire is also my instinct. I'm not quite sure what this represents. Fear? Apparent? I don't know. Nervous snickering. There's a rush of adrenaline present. It is like an extra sense, isn't it, that picks up on details. Yeah, they're forming some kind of tribunal, and they're coming for you. This is what happens if you take the law in your own hands. Other people start doing it too. Glenn, let them come, Blondie yells across the cafeteria. The Hardy Boys are right here. You heard the man, right here. He points to the ground. We're armed, we've got the whole district behind us, and Glenn is crazy. Yeah, well-oiled murder machine. He punches Blondie on the shoulder. The mood is on the rise. They're feeling confident, ready to punch out the whole Merc platoon. Let's see. Joyce said they've gone rogue. No one's controlling them. Big surprise, he mutters. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth and let them loose in the city. What do you think's going to happen? The mercenaries are armed with automatic weapons. We got weapons of our own. He cracks open his vest to give you a glimpse of his holster. We got Ister 50s, Xyligers, Glenn's got a knock cannon at home. Will they pierce ceramic armour? I guess we're going to see, aren't we? Well, he's certainly confident. That was an unsure phrasing. See what? That they don't? Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armour. He takes a sip of beer to bide his time, then tries to get the last word in. Actually, I know about ceramic armour. I've considered it. You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole thing, and it didn't make him immortal. That's true. They did manage to kill someone in ceramic armour. It wasn't with a shootout, though. Do you know a single serrazed giant hornet can kill 40 bees a minute? The hell is that supposed to mean? You're the bees, they're the hornet. We're not bees, we're men. We're socialists. Easy, he's trying to phase you. He turns to you. What are you trying to do? Scare my men? This Crenell is bad news, you know that, right? Pff, spray of beer. So were the local gangs. The Barmy Army and the Mardra scum. You've been out there. Seen any around? Yeah, where are they now, huh? He points south. Sent back to Mardra in an airtight cargo crate. Kim, these people are trained military professionals, special forces, as you said. They're not a gang or a Barmy Army. Nope, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. Don't forget, we're listening in on their communications. Their shit is way apart. Okay? Don't say I didn't warn you. What do you mean, okay? He jerks forward a bit. I mean, okay, you got this. You got the numbers. God, I'm right we do, he nods. We've done it before. Ain't that right, fellas? Yeah, says Glenn. Battle-hardened urban soldiers, man. We got the guns and the reserves. Yeah, we got reserves, he nods nervously. We can call in reinforcements. This guy will be the first one to bail. Shanky. With a name like Shanky, you'd expect him to. Okay, I still can't do that. I need a point in logic. I'm going to take off now. Good luck when that happens. I also need to try and get into... These two are not providing any sort of useful information at all. Can I get in through this door yet? See a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. It could be connected to the barred door upstairs. Yes, we believe so, but we can't get into it. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to the touch. Yeah, we've been through that. Old paint. It leads to a side building adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. Whatever is behind it must be older. Is there a way into the half-ruined building outside? Try to push on the door. The door does not budge. And what if I have my multi-tool thing in one hand and a pry bar in the other? Do I get any options for trying to open this thing? No. Let's try the one upstairs. I think that I'm supposed to find a key somewhere, or someone's going to give me a key throughout the course of the investigation, which will lead us on further. But so far, I am none the wiser. There is a broken old building outside. And has this lady run away? Is there anything left in her house? Anything left in there? Drugs, maybe? Look at the medications. Search the bottles. Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet, etc., etc., etc. Whisper. Nacra. Opioid antagonist. Interesting. That's used for diamorphine overdoses. The lieutenant nods, then looks at the door. You could see he's on the lookout. I can't take it, so fine. I think I had the option to take whatever I wanted to take last time I looked at this. Just making sure nothing's changed. I don't want to find myself in a situation where I am completely stuck. But I want to either get through... I'm sure I could batter this door up. Is it chained or barred? If it's chained, I can cut that. If it's padlocked, I can cut that. Can we have a look at this door, please? I can kick the door in, but I've got like an 8% chance that it's going to hurt my foot if I fail. No lock in sight. Oh, sorry. Leave. What I tell you what, ask her. Let's ask her.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
I can't do anything about this. I need to talk... Oh, I've got more questions about the deceased. Anything? No. I think we've finished here. I need to talk to you about the room again. Where does that door lead to? I have no idea, officer. She looks at it calmly. Nothing. Let's return to this later. So no more extra information from her. If I have a load of physical instrument clothing, can I actually boot the door in? That's the question. So let's take a look. Anything with physical instruments. Oh. Not the scented scarf then. That's a penalty to it. Pain threshold. I've got a t-shirt. We could do that. What am I currently wearing? I'm wearing... Yeah, go on. Let's do that. Put a place of my armour. If I can boost it up enough. Who knows? It's a bit of a long shot, is this? I don't think I have enough stuff that's going to help, but... I can't wear the vest and that, unfortunately. Or I would. A bow tie. I can't see that giving a physical instrument somehow. There's nothing here, is there? Not that. No. That's the best I can get, believe it or not. This is going to be one almighty kick. I've got a 17% chance, so it's going to be really... Oh! I don't think that worked. Check failure. You kick it gung-ho style, entering the premises style, but the door fails to respect the force. All you hear is the bar rattling inside, laughing at you. Yeah, I totally saw that coming. All right, the woman nods approvingly. Let's trash the place. Let's not, says Kim. Your foot is ready to explode and punish this object. Disrespecting the force? Kick the door. Boot! The door receives a thorough disciplining. Oh, that healed my morale. It made me feel better. Its pain and grovelling is much to your liking. Suck on that door. So I need to... No. Let's just leave. It was a nice attempt, I think, but it wasn't to be. Let's put my armour back on, because at some point I'm going to meet something tough. And the tools? Yeah. I mean, I've got a key to the church door, shack on the coast, apartment building, bookstore back door, basement card, room number 1, and the Debadier's Union card. So I've not got anything that will help in that situation. We could have a look around at the building around the back, potentially. There's nothing there. I have a feeling that these doors... Well, they're going to resolve something. And it might be... That might be where Titus's sister is being kept. Can we go in your room, Kim? No. Well, where else was I going to go? We could look around the back. And then there's over towards the boardwalk. And we've got to try and find evidence of what's going on over there. I suppose we can go and see if his friend's at home still. There can only be a few ways forward from this point in the investigation. Because, you know, I'm pretty certain I haven't like lost the game by failing to interview that guy upstairs. It might be that we come... What's Kuno? Kuno, you've got your ear to the ground, Kuno. What's going on round here?
Fuck, there's Kuno here!
Kuno doesn't care. Okay. Another look at that. About the 8th Hardy boy. Nope. Oh. Nope. Okay. Nothing new there. So this... Can I actually get in